can we really savor our time on our mat during our yoga practices? And how can we take that savoring, that slowing down into our daily lives? Hello and welcome back. My name is Morgan with Morganlee Yoga, and I am a yoga for weight loss teacher. I created this channel to help you learn to love your body right now, curves and all, and to use that love to find weight loss instead of coming from a place of hate. And I think that starts right here on your yoga mat, and I want to make it easier for you to practice at home on your own. Today, we are going to dive a little bit deeper into this month's theme of savor. What exactly do I mean by savor? How can we savor this time on the mat, our yoga practice, and how can we take that with us off our mat into our daily lives? Today, I have 8 tips I would like to walk through with you. So let's dive right in and not waste any more time. The very first tip I would invite you to do when you are trying to savor something is to tap in to all 5 senses. Now, what this means on your mat is to set up a space around you that enhances all of those senses. So pay attention to your lighting, pay attention to the noises, maybe put on some calming music, light a candle or diffuse some oils, bring in some scents that really talk to you and calm you. Perhaps you bring those scents on to your yoga mat. And how does it feel in your room? How does your mat feel underneath your hands? Pay attention to it. Notice the temperature in the room, the texture of your clothing. And then notice what is around you in your line of sight. Are you in a calm and peaceful environment, or is there a lot of clutter around? Just these little things can really make a big difference in how you savor your time on the mat. And taste is a little bit more tricky when you're on your mat, but perhaps if you are really trying to savor the yoga practice and make it speak to you, you bring over a cup of your favorite beverage, some tea, coffee, sparkling water. And as you are sitting at the beginning of your practice, you just sip on that and you enjoy all the flavors as they burst into your mouth. How can we savor that time on your mat using all of your senses to really encompass the whole picture and make it worth your time being there? Now, taking that off the mat, when you are in these moments living with your children, your family, your friends, notice all of your senses. Notice what's around you, the sounds you're hearing, the things you're seeing, and where you are. Just use all of your senses to really be in the moment and soak it all up. So let's move on to point number 2. The next thing I want you to think about is your pranayama, your breath. I encourage you to start and end your yoga sessions connecting to your pranayama, your breath. It can be as simple as just closing your eyes and noticing the breath cycle in and out, in and out. It can go deeper into ujjayi breath or a specific pranayama of your choice, but take that time. Really enjoy being connected to your body and going inward. And then at the end of practice, do another breathing exercises, mindful breathing, to just round it all out and end on a high note. Take that breath with you into your everyday life. If you're feeling extra stressed, breathe. Notice what it feels like to be alive. When we are breathing with purpose and bringing our attention to our breath, it forces us to stop and notice, and that is how we can savor life around us. So just breathe. Number 3, how you move matters. So make your movements slow and deliberate. Can you bring more grace in? Can you bring more fluidity in? Move with purpose, especially on your yoga mat, moving from one pose to the other. Slow it down. Make every movement count. and don't do extra movements if possible. Try not to fidget with your shirt. I know it's hard, I do it too, or your hair, and just be in the moment, because it doesn't really matter if your shirt has shifted or your hair is falling out. It doesn't matter. Enjoy that time on your mat and just stay with the flow. And again, off your mat, notice how you're moving throughout your day. Are you just speeding by really fast and not even enjoying all the little times? Slow it down. Bring some grace back into your life. All right, moving on to point number 4. What are your thoughts like on and off the mat? Are you having a lot of negative thoughts about yourself, about your environment, about what you're doing? That negativity can really seep in and ruin the moment on and off our mats. So I invite you to pay attention to your thought processes. See if you can shove away those negative thoughts, bring in some more positive and uplifting thoughts, and just let go of the guilt and judgment for whatever reason you might be having. So for number 5 and 6, I'm going to combine them together, and this is hold your yoga poses longer and make adjustments as needed to make them fit your body better. These really do go together, but as you are slowing down your practice and taking in every little movement, pause, breathe, and just notice how you're feeling in the pose. And then if you need or want to make any adjustments, do that. Use those props, adjust your poses, make your practice feel better for your body. No matter what your instructor is saying, if it's not feeling good for you, you're not going to enjoy it and you're not going to get the most benefit out of it. So you really do need to pause, hold the pose, enjoy the pose, and make it work for you. And only you will know what that means. Number 7 is pretty similar to those last 2 points, but it's don't be afraid to explore. If you are holding triangle and all of a sudden you have the urge to pop in to your half moon pose, go for it. Or maybe you are in a twist and you want to try a different variation. I don't know, but don't be afraid to explore. Shift your body in different ways. Add in different arm movements. Maybe you're warrior 2, you're always like this. Try bringing it to cactus arms or hands to your heart or to your waist. If you grab even a block and hold it in your hands, it can transform your practice. Have you ever tried using a block in your yoga practice and moving it around and not letting it fall? Like this, as we go throughout your practice, it'll change how you move. So that's what I encourage you to do. Play around, explore. And you can take this off the mat too. Explore with your daily activities. Is it always the same every single day? And how can we bring more fun into it? How can we shift something and change it up and try something new? The last and final thing I would like to tell you today is to take an extra long shavasana at the end of your practice. I think that is the most important yoga pose you will do during your flow. But I also know that it's really hard to just lay there completely still for longer than a few moments. But I would like to offer you a challenge, an invitation to try. Maybe if it helps, you can set a timer on your smartwatch or something so it buzzes at you, but try to see if you can stay in your shavasana a little longer, maybe 5 extra minutes. And while you are there, just really connect to your breath and try not to let your thoughts take you away from the moment. Try to stay present on your mat and just melt into your mat. I think it would be pretty lovely. And if you want to take that off your mat, when can you just relax and fully enjoy the moment? Maybe you wake up 5 minutes earlier so you can lay there in bed and just notice what it's like to wake up your muscles and feel alive. Or perhaps you do it right before bed as you're falling asleep. Maybe you just stop and notice right in the middle of your day and just pause and just observe. I don't know. There's a lot of things here. I have rambled on enough, but I hope that these 8 things that we went over today will really help you to savor life a little bit more, savor this precious time we have on our mats together. And I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you are savoring in your life right now. What is extra special to you? What are you wanting to spend a little extra time enjoying and noticing? All right, thank you for being here, and I will catch you in our next video. Namaste.